What is up, my Ambers? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a girl talk. I have my coffee right here. I am going to be getting into a girl talk that I haven't done before. Normally I do a completely different type of girl talk, but this is like girl talk, like one-on-one things that I wish I would have known. This girl talk is really special to me because it's a self-improvement girl talk, and you guys know I am on my self-improvement journey right now to become the best version of myself. So this means a lot to me, and I'm so excited to answer the questions that you guys have for me. The first question is, how do you move past your mistakes and past situations? I feel like it is so hard to forgive me. Something that I've realized recently is that you cannot carry shame, because if you do, you are going to resent yourself and you're never going to be able to forgive yourself. You have to come to a point where you realize you are not the person that you were when you did those things, whatever it was in your past. And when you really know that you are not the same person that you used to be, your mindset kind of shifts. And I know exactly what you're talking about because I myself have had those thoughts, and there's some things that like I'll randomly think about and I'm like, I cannot believe I did those things, or whatever the case is. But you just have to come to terms with the fact that you are no longer that person, and you cannot carry shame, because when you carry shame, people can tell and it shows up in your everyday life. And just moving forward and telling yourself that you are not defined by that person that you used to be. Today is a new day. Whatever happened 6 months ago, a year ago. You cannot change the past, okay? You cannot change the past. What you can do is change your future and change how you go about things so that you will not end up in the same situation or do those same things or partake in those same things that you once used to. I really hope that helps, because shame can really take over a lot of people's lives, and you just cannot let shame define you. You can be guilty and move past it. You can, like, you know you did something wrong and understand why you did what you did, move forward and leave that in the past, because you cannot carry things like that with you because it will drag you down. I really hope that helps. You have to learn to forgive yourself and ask for forgiveness if you are a believer. Okay, so I see a lot of questions about how I started my relationship with God, and I'm honestly so excited to answer this question, because if you guys have been following me, it is a very obvious transition from how I used to be. It is all God, glory to God. It is him. It is literally him. And I will tell you guys how I started my relationship with God truly. Like, I feel like I used to be like a name it and claim it type person. Like, I would be like, hold on, let me take a drink. I used to be the kind of person who I like knew who God was, but I never put in the effort to really have a relationship with God. So I just knew God is good. If I post a Bible verse, I'll probably feel good about myself because God is holy and he is righteous, and I want to be righteous, but I'm not really putting the work in. So I'm just going to put a Bible verse on my story and make myself feel better. And I just realized that that is not going to get me anywhere. And then I started to see women on my social media who, like, there was a certain transition. Like, this is who she was without God, this is who she is with God, and you can see the difference. You can literally see when someone is chasing after God. You can see it. And I was like, I want that, because when you see those women, you see peace, you see righteousness, you see purity, you see all of those things. And I wanted that so badly for myself. I feel like it was the one thing that I had on my leveling up journey that I needed him. I needed him so bad. And I had been wanting to go to a church, because it's hard when you're alone all the time. It's like, how do I get in this community of people who love God and worship him and chase God every single day and are Christians, they are Christ-like. And I just told myself, I wrote on my planner one Sunday, you're gonna go to church whether it's with somebody or not. And what's crazy is my little brother asked me to go to church like that week, and I was like, no way you're asking me this question right now. Like, I have been wanting to go to a church, find a church, because I personally didn't really grow up in a church. I went to church a lot when I would stay the night with my cousin, because her mom was really deep in the church, and my aunt would take me to vacation Bible school, and sometimes like my family would go to church on Sundays for like special occasions, or just like very out of the blue. It was never like embedded in my life, like always go to God, pray about everything. Like, I don't know, there was no real relationship with God around me from the people that I knew. Like, in my family, it just wasn't, I didn't grow up in a super religious family. That's the easiest way I can put it. I just felt like if I wanted to start going to church, like I didn't know enough. I felt like I would stick out, like I just didn't belong belong there, but I craved going to church because I would see all of these girls going to church and see how much God has changed their life. And I knew that if I wanted to go to church, and I knew that if I wanted to seek God, that I needed to start going to church, being around people who are like-minded, who are Christians, who believe in God, and are living the life that I want to live. So I looked up churches around me. I found one that was 5 stars. I went to a church one Sunday with my brother and I really liked it, but it wasn't the main church. Like there's like sister churches. They would like show the service on a screen at the smaller churches, but I was like, I want to go to the big church where like the actual people are speaking at. So then I found that church and I have been there multiple times, and Sunday has become one of my favorite days ever. Like I love dressing up for Jesus. I love getting pretty and just going to church and feeling my best and worshiping God and putting Prince in the children's center at church because then he gets to learn about Jesus. It has just been an amazing experience. There's a peace that you get when you literally seek God. Something that I have been realizing is the moment you take your eyes off God, you won't feel him. You don't have that same glow about you, and it's not even about the glow, it's just what he does within you radiates on the outside because you start to love people more, you start to be more patient, you start to literally have a love for every single human that is around you, no matter the circumstances. And that is because of God, that is because of Jesus. Like, you are what you consume, and I always say that. And I used to consume the most like things that literally did not truly mean anything. And so if you are on like wanting to start your journey with God, get your Bible and start reading. I started reading my Bible every single night. I need to start reading it in the morning too, but I listen to worship music. I haven't really listened to the music that I used to listen to, and I was like a Glorilla girl through and through, listening to all those songs. And actually reading my Bible has helped me so much. Just getting the word, like, that is literally what I just don't understand how I've had a Bible for so long and I never actually like picked it up and read what is in there. But reading your Bible will literally change your whole life. And I have the Jesus Bible. I'll have it linked down below, and I got these cute little tabs. Like, I made it so cute because if I'm gonna have something, like, I need it to be the way I like it. It's so easy to understand and it has just truly changed my life. So reading, getting the word, reading my Bible, going to church, listening to sermons online, Sarah Jakes Roberts, I love her videos so much. Listening to Girls Gone Bible podcast, love that podcast so much. Only listening to worship music most of the time. If I do listen to music that's not worship music, it's like soft R&B. It's nothing crazy or anything that has any like words of the enemy in it. Like, it'll be soft R&B, like love songs or stuff like that. That's how I started my relationship with God, and every day I just try to get closer with him and closer with him and closer with him, because it's just like any kind of relationship that you have with your parents, your friends, your husband, whatever. Like, you have to literally seek him all of the time, and if you don't, your eyes are off of him and they're in the world, and it's really hard to function that way. There's a certain peace that you get when you seek God in everything that you do, and I am just beginning, so this is beginner friendly. We'll see where I'm at in a year. I'm so excited, but yeah, I really hope that helps. That one is very close and near and dear to my heart right now. Also, I'm just going to answer this really quick. Somebody said my favorite Bible verse. I don't have a specific favorite right now, but the one that I have as my lock screen is 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 16, 17 to 18. It says, "Always be joyful, never stop praying, be thankful in all circumstances, for this is God's will, for you belong to Jesus Christ." I love that Bible verse so much. Someone asked, how do you deal with people who used to be your friend and want to come back as if nothing happened? I have dealt with this more times than you guys probably could think of. Okay, I need to come at this, I need to give this answer in the most peaceful, helpful state that I can. I'm just gonna speak from experience. I have dealt with this a lot, and the thing that I tell myself is, one, what could they possibly be coming back for? 2, do they align with the person that I am now? My morals, my values, do they align with that person that I am now? 3, did they help me in any way possible? Were they a good friend? How many times have they hurt me? Because I do believe in second chances, but once that second chance is up, you're done. And I just don't need people like that in my life. And you just have to ask yourself those questions. Like, do they align with who you are? Why would they possibly be coming back? What value did they have have as your friend whenever you guys were friends, and like really think about what happened and why you guys fell out and like what it did to you. And if you want to give somebody a second chance, I'm all for that. But if somebody has hurt you and they want to be your friend again, you have got to address it in order to fix that and move on. You can't just be like, girl, last time you literally did X, Y, and Z. Like, no, address the issue, listen to their answer, and really listen to what they're saying. Don't let them just feed you some answer just to give you an answer so that they can get back in your life. Like, they really need to deserve to be in your life, and that's just where I'm at in my life. Like, I believe that I radiate very positive, high energy vibrations, and if somebody is not making me feel like my best self, I will not let them back into my life. Like, I'm not going to lower myself to be friends with someone who does not care about themselves, who doesn't care about where they want to go in life. Like, it's just not gonna happen. When you want something that bad, you're really going to look at the people around you, and don't just allow people to come back into your life. They need to deserve to be in your life, because this is your life and you only have one of them. Another question is, how do you start believing compliments? I always think if it was as a prank slash joke. I understand what you mean, girl. Sometimes when people are like, you look so good, you just think that they're like feeding you some BS because you think that you don't look good. So the way that you see yourself, you're like showing up as that person, and when somebody says something that's not what you truly believe about yourself, you're like, are they lying to me? So that's when you need to get in that little brain of yours and realize that you are that girl, you are beautiful. And if you continue to have those negative thoughts about yourself, you're gonna think negatively about yourself. You literally have to, the way that I did it was tricking myself into being delusional. And I also heard this one girl on YouTube, she said, the things that you say to yourself, right? If you were to play like a sleep mantra of the things that you say to yourself while you sleep, how would you sleep? All those thoughts that you have about yourself, I wouldn't have slept, okay? So I have not said a bad thing about myself since then. I might say like I'm having a bad hair day or something, but I know that like I am beautiful inside and out. I have worked so hard on myself, okay? That's what you need to do. If you have nothing nice to say to yourself, literally walk away from the mirror, but really try to listen to affirmations and tell yourself that you are beautiful. And I promise you, if somebody's giving you a compliment, they're not just saying it unless they're like a mean girl who does stuff like that. But you are that girl and you are beautiful. The only true compliment that like really matters is the one that you tell yourself, and you need to believe that. I cannot stress that enough. Like, you need to believe in yourself, because if you don't, nobody else will, okay? I love you so much. Please understand that. Somebody said ex-friends who talk bad about you. You must be doing something right, and that's why they're talking about you. This is another thing. When you get closer to God, you realize that gossiping is literally like piercing to the ear. BRB, you guys, I'm gonna have to finish this video later. Okay, I'm back many hours later. It's currently 2:36 in the morning, and I am in a Christmas sweater now because me and Prince were wrapping presents. But we're just gonna jump right back into the questions, and I'm going to go over how I stay confident. I got that question a lot. Like I said, something that really helped me was just realizing that I cannot talk bad about myself. Like, I literally will not say a bad thing about myself anymore. When you do that and you truly believe it, like, it affects your confidence so much. And I just try to tell myself that, like, if I ever feel anxiety about walking into a room or anything like that, like, I tell myself to act as if God sent me in that room and I deserve to be there. I just always try to show up as my most positive, loving self, because I feel like that also radiates just like confidence. And something that I used to really struggle with was like comparing myself. Like, I would feel so beautiful, but then like if another pretty girl was in the room, I'd be like threatened, like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I just always tell myself now that, like, just because someone else is beautiful, that does not take away your beauty at all. That has nothing to do with your beauty. Beauty is so surface level. So when some people open their mouth, like, they can be the most beautiful girl in the world, and then they open their mouth, and if they're a nasty person on the inside, they're automatically like they're just not a good person. And like, it's made me completely change my view on a lot of people before, men and women. Like, somebody can be so attractive and then they open their mouth and it's like, okay, never mind. And then it like reassures yourself and gives you confidence that, like, actually I am beautiful and I'm a nice human being too at the same time. That's not really on like the same topic, but it kind of is. You have to believe in yourself in order to be confident. Like, truly believe in yourself. I don't mean just look yourself in the mirror and be like, I am beautiful, I am gorgeous. No, you have to really believe it. Look yourself in the mirror. You only have one life to live. How are you going to choose to live it? And if you continue to tell yourself that you're ugly, that you're not worthy, and you put yourself under this microscope and you look at all these things, you are literally going to hate yourself. You're constantly feeding yourself negative self-talk. You have got to switch the way that you speak to yourself, because your words matter a lot, whether you realize it or not. I cannot stress that enough. Like, once I changed how I spoke to myself, it changed the view of myself. And if you want anyone to believe that you're confident, you have to really believe it first yourself. Like, you can fake it till you make it. I did that for a really long time, but it doesn't feel good. Like, you want to truly feel confident. And I also feel like, for me, I started to feel way more confident when I truly stepped into the highest version of myself, and that looked like going to the gym, that looked like drinking water, that looked like reading, that looked like listening to podcasts, leveling up, figuring out what I can do to make myself feel better. Because I promise you, sitting on the couch, scrolling, wasting your time and crying about it is not going to change. Because I promise you, if you don't do something about it, it's not going to change. Like, if it's something specific that you know you can change and it's going to make you more confident, go do that, because I promise you it's going to help you. And then you're going to be like, why was I even doing that in the first place? Okay, the next thing is, okay, I have a couple different ones. One says how to leave a man that drains your mental health alone, best advice on how to leave a toxic BD alone for good, and there's like a couple other ones that are like that. This answer is going to be very short and simple, and you leave. Like that, if you have to ask yourself these questions, you know the answers. I don't know, I feel like if you've addressed the red flags, if you've addressed the things that are bothering you really bad, and that person is not willing to change, nothing is going to change them. Literally nothing. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. They're not wasting your time. You are wasting your time because you are allowing it, and you cannot do that to yourself. Like, I know how it feels to think that someone's gonna change. Wait upon shooting star. It doesn't work that way. You are the one that is in charge of your standards. So the way that people treat you is because of the way you allow people to treat you. And it took me a long time to realize that. But now that I have realized that, and I have for the past couple years, I've been single for about 3 years now. 2 or 3 years. I don't know the exact number, but yeah. But the answer that you know deep in your heart that you're looking for is to leave. Why are you making yourself suffer? Why are you putting yourself through that? You don't deserve that. You don't have to go through that. There are so many people in this world, girl. You need to get out. Seriously. Like, oh my gosh. This topic gets me so upset because the way it is so common that people will stay in things they know they don't belong in and suffer for literally no reason. You are going to go through so much more pain staying in something that you know is not best for you than leaving. Yes, that pain from leaving is gonna hurt, or even if they leave you first, praise God, because that is a blessing. If somebody's walking away from you and it wasn't what was best for you and you knew that, or even if somebody's walking away from you, they just didn't love you the way that you loved them, or whatever the case is, that is a blessing. The person that God has for you is going to love you wholeheartedly. They're gonna love all your flaws. They're gonna love every single thing about you wholeheartedly. It's not gonna be some grimy game, but you have to set those standards for yourself, or else people are going to run over you because they know you don't have any standards. And I used to be that girl. I know how it feels. Sorry, that always gets me like so heated because people will take advantage if you let them. A lot of people were asking about hygiene. In my last video, I talked a lot about hygiene. I will have it right here for you guys so you guys can click on it if you want to go watch that one. But I'm not going to be talking about hygiene in this one because this is more like self-development, becoming your best self, all the things. There's a lot of questions on here about how to get like unstuck from being unmotivated and just like getting out of a rut and things like that. And for me, if I don't listen to at least or watch one motivational YouTube video a day and pray, girl, I'm gonna be stuck and not wanting to do anything. Sometimes I can get in my own head so much, and it's so weird because I actually enjoy being productive. Like, I feel so much better when I'm productive. Honestly, we probably all do. But then once you get in like the lazy routine of like laying on your couch, taking naps every day, which I'm really guilty of sometimes, not every day, but I used to really bad. You just have to want it that bad for yourself and tell yourself that you are not the person that you used to be, and the person that you are does X, Y, and Z. Like, instead of saying, I think this was in the book Atomic Habits, it's like, instead of saying I don't take naps anymore, you would say I'm someone who doesn't take naps. That's automatically like an identity I can't snap, y'all. That's automatically like an identity shift, and you don't identify with that person anymore, and you just have to want it that bad for yourself. And don't get me wrong, some days I do get it in a rut and some days I don't feel like my most productive self. But what helps me in times like that is going for a walk, praying, reading my Bible, listening or watching motivational YouTube videos. I'll even like look up like how to get out of a rut, and those are the videos that help me. And what else helps me? Going to the gym really will help me because I can like get out of my mind, and yeah, all of those things. Somebody said tips for bossing up after being cheated on. The best thing, okay, first of all, the best revenge that you can ever give anyone, ex-friend, ex-boyfriend, whatever, is silence. Is literally not allowing them to have access to you ever again. Do you understand? Like, put a lockbox around yourself ever again. Like, they literally cannot touch you. Do you know how bad that is gonna hurt them? No matter what they did to you, it is gonna hurt them so bad knowing that you are untouchable. And yeah, you had access to me and you lost it, and now you'll never get it back. Boo-hoo. That was a little harsh, but some people just do not deserve to be in your life, and they will play in your face if you allow them to. Other than not speaking to that person ever again and not allowing them to have access to you, do not post about the relationship. Do not post online about what you went through in that relationship. I'm guilty. It took me a long time to get over things that I've been through, and I had a platform for a very long time. I've been on the internet for about 4 or 5 years now, so anytime I needed to vent, best believe I was doing it. And guess what that did? Made me look really stupid. So don't do that. I've also posted videos before, like right after something happened with that person, shortly after, for certain reasons, and it was embarrassing. Do not post about what you went through. People don't need to know. It doesn't matter. First of all, people feed off of that kind of stuff. They don't genuinely care. Like, and some men, when you post about how you've been hurt and stuff, they're like, oh, this is my time to creep in and like try to save the day, but they're really just, they know you're hurt and that you want attention and that they want something too, and that's when they creep in and try to fill that void for you. I'm trying to keep it PG. Okay, after you've been cheated on, you need to be alone. Okay, you need to find hobbies. You need to do whatever it is that makes you feel like your best self. You need to go to the gym, even if it's just walking. I'm not telling you to be a bodybuilder. I'm not telling you to go 5 days a week. Even if it's not going to the gym, go outside, go for walks, drink your water, do your hair, do your makeup, find friends, go to Pilates. That's what I need to do. I'm speaking to myself on that one. Not because I just got cheated on, but in general, I want to start going to Pilates. Anyways, but just find hobbies to keep yourself busy, and I promise you that person that cheated on you is gonna see you living your best life, and they're gonna be like, how did I fumble that? How did I fumble that? Because when you're alone, you glow so much more, especially when you're truly pouring into yourself, and when you have a friend group that's also pouring into you and you're pouring into them. Like, you are unstoppable, and guess what? They can't have access to you again if you don't allow them to. That is a superpower. Okay, that is a superpower, knowing that nobody that used to have access to you can have access to the new you, because you're new. You're not that person. What is that one Nicki line? They don't have access to the new you. Like, it's a fresh start, baby. You don't, sorry, you need a VIP ticket to get in. Where's your wristband? You don't have one. Oh, okay. Be the best version. This is why I preach. Be the best version of yourself, and you will always win. Seek after God too, if you're religious, and you will always win. But seriously, be the best version of yourself, because the reason why this being the best version of yourself means so much to me, and the reason why I talk about it so much, is because nothing is going to feel better than being the best version of yourself. Why would you want to be like a level 2 of yourself when you could be a level 100? Why would you want to be a mediocre version of yourself? Be the best version of yourself. That is the best thing that you can do for yourself, no matter if you're in a relationship or whatever, but especially after you've been cheated on. I hope that helps. We're gonna go to the next one because I get a little too compassionate about some of these. Tips on struggling in a relationship. I need a little more context to that. Like, what kind of struggling are we talking about? Like, communication? Do we need to work some things out? Or is there some red flags you need to address? What's the deal? Let me know. I can't really give tips on struggling in a relationship. If you see something that is a red flag that you know you cannot deal with, do not try to push past it. Address the red flag. If they cannot be fixed, then that's not your person. But if it's like struggling in a relationship, like communication, and you really want to be with that person and they want to be with you, work on it. Figure out what you guys can do. Create a plan to work on it. Go on dates, especially if you have kids. Like, you need to have date night, because when my godly husband comes along, we're going on dates, okay? Someone asked me, getting over someone you never dated. I'm assuming, I don't know why I just opened my mouth that big. I'm assuming you're speaking about like a situationship. First of all, we don't partake in those in 2024, okay? We don't. My Ambers do not participate in situationships, okay? That leads to nothing good ever. Oh my gosh. See, now I feel like I'm speaking to my younger self, because before I would just be like, what? I'm young, I'm having fun. There are consequences to living that way, okay? Why would you want to give someone access who does not deserve it? Okay, here's the thing, right? You are a queen, you are a princess, you are royalty, okay? However, you're letting these peasants get access to you and whatever you desire them to have access to, maybe a gingerbread cookie. They're like, okay, I don't have to do anything to get her. I don't even, she's not even my girlfriend and she's giving me her gingerbread. So they're like, oh, she is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, I don't have to do anything to get her. It does not have standards. Therefore, I can literally do whatever. That's just one scenario of situationships, but like it's almost 2024. Okay, and if you're really young watching this, I mean it with the biggest big sister heart that I have. Like, it's no bueno, okay? It's not good for you. Situationships are a no-go. If he doesn't want to, will you be my girlfriend with some flowers and take you to the movies or something? No. And that's the bare minimum too, but still, we should not be in situationships, okay? There is a reason why you date someone for a certain period of time. They will know very quickly or shortly if they want to or do not want to marry you. They're going to propose to you and then you get married. Yeah. A situationship, what is that? And trust me, I have been there. Like, I just love women so much, and I just wish I could like squeeze you guys and show you guys how valuable you really are, because you don't understand. Because I wish that when I was doing these things that I had someone to tell me that I am so valuable and I hold all the power in my hands to have whatever standards that I want to have, and it is all in my hand. How I want people to treat me, how I want to be desired, it is all in my hand. And something that I have had to come to terms with is I attract, I don't chase. I'm a woman, I receive. I don't go after stuff. Like before, I would crave just human interaction from men, wanting attention, all the things, and I would go look for that because, especially, I don't know, because I'm on social media or something. Like, baby, is it a scarcity outside? Like, I don't know. I used to like really go out of my way to go search for these men, like search for my husband, and I'm not doing that anymore, because in the Bible it says, in Proverbs it says, he who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. Like, I am a woman. Women receive things. We don't go out of our way to do things. That is a man's job, okay? Speaking to myself too, I know it can get a little hard. You're like, I had a time limit. Okay, well, God has a different plan for you, okay? He's trying to mold you into the woman that you need to be right now. I'm in my waiting season. You need to be in there too. If you need to heal, get in your waiting season, start being the best version of yourself, get closer to God. If you are religious, he's going to come, and you do not have to settle for these Snapchat using little boys, okay? I just get so passionate about this, and I feel like I have to be like the internet big sister that is going to really tell you how it is, because I don't know what it is about women speaking to women in real life, but I feel like I didn't get these talks, okay? And I'm not blaming my family, okay? Because they probably gave me some little hints here and there, but I never got sat down, had these conversations. And it's very important to have these conversations, and I don't know if you need them or not in your life, but I'm here to tell you if you need them, okay? And I love you so much, and you deserve better, point blank period. Okay, somebody asked, do you want to go to college or level up your education? Love your videos. So I went to college and I have my business administration degree. I plan on having many businesses one day. I kind of have like an obsession with figuring out how like money works and reading, and I don't know, I kind of have an obsession for obtaining knowledge. If I'm not listening to a podcast or watching a YouTube video or reading a book, I feel like I'm 5 steps behind in life, and thought about getting certain licenses or going back to school. I've thought about going back to school to go get my MBA just so I could be around business like-minded people, but then when I think about it, I'm like, them student loans, you know what, I'll stick to YouTube. I'll look all this stuff up and finish paying off my student loans from when I went to college, okay? Because let me tell you that. But I will be using my degree. It's just taking me a little bit of time to figure out what exactly I want to do in my purposes, because I thought I had a plan and then I gave it all to God, and now I'm just kind of like, Okay, now what? I don't know. That's the answer. Someone said celibacy is hard. Is it? I know, girl. Join the club. Celibacy is so beautiful, and it is something that I appreciate so much because my mind isn't all over the place. I'm not, like I said, situationships, not for me. One night stands, not for me. Doing it just to do, not for me. Okay? Like, ew. I literally, oh my gosh. It is just not in me to just be able to have like friends with benefits or partake in any of those activities. That is just not my thing. Never will be. Like, I value myself way too much to just be doing the do with people. Oh my gosh, like I literally cannot even comprehend that. Now, what I will say is I was not always this girl. Trust me, it's coming from a place of love, and I've just grown a lot, and I have so much more respect for myself now than I ever have in my entire life, and I am 24 years old. So we have come a long way. But celibacy is hard. Celibacy comes along with your waiting period. Celibacy is very hard, but I feel like when you're willing to wait for the right person and the right time, it is going to be so worth it. This is like kind of weird to talk about. It's gonna be so worth it when you finally have your person. And you know, in the Bible it talks about waiting till marriage. We all know that I had a child at 19. Waiting till marriage honestly sounds like that's my next step in life. We won't get into it too much. I won't tell you guys whether I'm gonna take that path or not. Trust me, girl, I appreciate my celibacy, and I wish this would have been something that I pursued way sooner. There's a reason why in the Bible it says that you wait till you're married to have kids. So yeah. Just hang in there, girl. We got this. It is so worth it. Trust me, you do not want to be giving your gingerbread to these randoms out here, okay? Because they don't deserve it. I'm telling you, they don't. They can go get it from somebody else, not us, okay? I think that is going to be it for this video. It has been interesting, to say the least. These always get juicy. Like, I tried to keep it really PG and not, like, crazy like some of my other ones. Anyways, I really hope this helped someone. If you have someone in your life that this can impact, any girlies around you that you think need this, please send this to them, share it. Go ahead and comment down below what other videos you guys want to see from me. And if you made it all the way to the end, girl, you are a real one. And go ahead and comment down below that pink bow, and that just lets me know that you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, which is an accomplishment. You should be proud because this was a long video, I already know. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok. I will have all of those linked down below in the comments. I will also have my Bible linked down below in the comments. That is gonna be it for this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.